Hello and welcome to the Urge2Podcast Episode 2, a weekly Pokemon podcast where we talk about news and a little bit of other games sprinkled in. I'm Urge2Game.
And I'm Psychopath.
So, how was your Pokemon week, Psychopath?
Oh, it was great. I've primarily just been playing Pokemon Go, and a lot of the content that's going on in Pokemon Go, I actually think is been really hyped up, and it's not like too overwhelming though. Thankfully. What about yourself?
Well, first of all, that's
wonderful.
Well, my Pokemon week has been mainly Pokemon Masters EX, so I did my typical dailies. That's cool. But, well, there's this new event going on. We'll go more into that in the news. I've been playing that for the most part, but also still saving up my gems. I've actually hit 20,000 gems saved up, ready to summon that Diantha with Gardevoir when that comes out later in March. So I am hoarding my gems for now.
Urge.
What? No. I mean, Gardevoir's my favorite Pokemon. I gotta summon Gardevoir. But also in Pokemon Masters EX, it's hard for me to beat the Elite Four. So, Skyla's EX version has come out, but so my Skyla is 5 stars. I use Skyla with her Swanna on my main team, along with Red's Charizard and Rosa's Superior. Skyla Swanna is a really good support Pokemon, buffing up Red's Charizard, since Charizard is the main attacker, the striker. But she's already 20 out of 20, 5 out of 5. I just need to use the resources to get her to 6-star EX form version, whatever. I mean, EX form, I mean, it does change her color palette. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to get those resources so I can get her to 6-star. But hey, I'm trying. And now, Pokemon Go? Well, geez, I don't log in every day. I keep forgetting. I've been busy the past week, really, outside of Pokemon.
Tisk, Urge.
What? Okay, well, to be fair, I've been working on the Pokemon Game Show, which is the latest episode is finally out. Feel free to check it. There's 2 episodes.
I absolutely love that episode. It was
You
great.
saw it.
It was great. Yes, it was great actually getting to not see me struggle and watch other people.
You know what? Maybe we should talk about that. How about now or later after the news? Actually, we'll talk about it after the news.
Perfect.
Because I definitely have some things to say about it, especially behind the scenes, and what I do to prepare, and also during editing. It'll be nice to give that backstory. Yeah. So that was it. That's almost. Oh yeah. Well, actually, no. Before we move on, Pokemon Go. I still am sending gifts to my friends, little by little, slowly getting there. I'm still on the first page of that shiny Mew special quest. What about you, actually? How far are you on that?
I'm finally on to step 2. So I gotta basically catch 151 different species and then 30 of each type in the game, and then I have to catch a Pokemon for 30 days in a row. So,
dang.
But the hardest part I've been looking at is that people are having such a hard time finding dark and dragon type Pokemon. So I don't even know how many people will actually be able to feasibly complete that in 30 days, unless if they have an event. And especially with another thing we'll talk about within the news, another event, there's not any of those Pokemon being kind of released. So
Eek. All right. Well, dang, I got some catching up to do regarding giving people gifts. Wow. All right. Well, that was my Pokemon week. So, let's move on to the news.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Professor Oak. I hope I can't possibly spam that. I gotta use that sparingly. Anyway, so first bit of news: Pokemon Go Community Day starring Fletchling. Dang. So that was last Saturday. Did you catch any shiny Fletchlings?
I got more than I needed. I caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shiny Fletchling, and I only played for like 2 hours.
What? Dang.
But I did get a shiny one that had max attack and 11 defense and HP. And then I got a regular one that had max attack, max HP, and 11 defense that I did evolve to get the special move. So I am happy about that. But oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these.
Well,
how about you, Urge?
I didn't even play.
What?
I know.
So,
I was out of town on that day. I couldn't get on. I was busy that whole time frame that it was happening. So I had business to take care of outside of town. Unfortunately, I couldn't participate.
Well, I got 7, so you can easily have 3 or 4. I at least want one of each for myself.
I'll happily accept one.
Well, you and I, speaking of Pokemon Go as well, I have tons of Pokemon I need to trade you, actually. I have like that Bouffalant still. There was I think I have there's another Pokemon that I have that I wanted to trade with you as well, and I can't remember what it is that I had to go through. Oh, I have an extra Noibat. That's what I wanted to trade you.
Yeah, I never found a Noibat.
I've only found one in the wild and then one through eggs. So yeah, we have a couple trades we need to hopefully get together at some point when everything comes a little bit more safe with COVID-19. So
yes. All right. Well, so quick question though. What was Fletchling's, Talonflame's special move?
Incinerate as its quick move.
Oh.
And that has a base damage of 29. It's pretty decent. It's not a super fast move, but it's better than his other move. Let me see what my other Talonflame has. That's the other one had Fire Spin, which isn't bad, but Incinerate's so much better.
Ah. Okay. Does Incinerate burn the other Pokemon's berry? Oh wait, there's no held items. Dang.
Yes, that would probably be the next thing we'll do, because I have no. And speaking of like Pokemon Go news, like with new updates, I have no idea what they're going to add. Like remote raid passes was pretty much the big thing they did last year, but this year it's just like, what new content can they add? It's going to keep people excited.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with the Mega Evolutions just because they're only you have to farm resources just to Mega Evolve for for a small time frame. Then you got to recollect all those resources all over again. It's not just a one-time unlock to Mega, then go back like after battles. It's just I didn't like that.
No, I agree. I think it's a cash grab. I mean, with some of the events, they are giving out Mega Evolution like candies or whatever they're called. Like I have enough to get both Charizards. I just never evolve them. But it's just like, why do I want to spend money on raid passes or go out and do raids for Pokemon that I already have? Like I already have a Blastoise, Charizard, Pidgeot, all that stuff. But I get candy out of it, and you have to do it so fast to get more. Like it's just not enjoyable to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope they do come out with held items. I don't know how that'll go about because also, I mean, one can hope Mega Stones would become a thing, a held item. Anyway.
I mean, my thought would be held items would just be berries, like something like during battle.
Of course. Hopefully they would expand upon it, adding more in the future. But yeah, I totally expect berries to be the first kind of held items to be introduced.
Now, when Mega Gardevoir is finally released, are you gonna like actually go out and raid to get the candy so you can finally get that, or what's your plan with that?
Oh man, I've never done a Mega raid.
Really?
Yeah, it's because of this whole pandemic. I haven't really been going out a lot to play, and I know there's raid passes, but I also don't want to spend money. So
no, yeah, I guess. I mean, well, they've been giving out a ton of free raid passes. Like we got 3 free raid passes for the makeup event.
Yes, I claimed those too. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I've been using those to catch the what are they called? The
Incarnate forms.
The genie trio is what I call them, but I don't know if they have a.
I think they're officially called incarnate forms.
No, I mean, what's their trio though?
Oh,
is it the roaming form?
I don't know. That I'm not sure.
Okay. But
I call them the Unovan trio.
I call them the genies because I mean they look like genies when they're in their carnate form. So
yeah, they kind of do. So have you caught any of them this past week? Actually,
so I did. I think I probably did like 7 Landorus, and I could not get a shiny. I did get one that was a 95.6 or 96 if you round up, which was nice. I've done 2 Tornadoes and only caught 1, but again, no shinies yet. And when I do shiny hunts for that, it's just completely random. Like the Mewtwo, I think I did like 10 or so, and that was not even counting what I did before it was really released as shiny. So I don't plan on spending money to get the shinies, unfortunately.
Right. Me either. Okay. Well, speaking about those Pokemon, there's actually going to be Tornadus Incarnate form in Pokemon Go between March 6th to March 11th, with its shiny included. So, for anyone out there, now's your chance. Dang, March 11th, that's not a whole lot of time.
No, I mean, that's the same. I think they're just trying to do all of those, like, roaming trio from Gen 5, because, again, like, they're doing, after that, they're doing Thundurus Incarnate, then they're doing Thundurus Therian, and then they're doing Tornadus Therian, but they've not announced a Landorus Therian yet, at least not that I've seen in their news calendar. So, but it's nice because even same as you last time, I never got a chance to catch them when they first came out because that was around the time with the pandemic and remote raid passes. I don't think were out at the time, and I was just like, it's not worth my time going out and doing all that. But
oh yeah. Yeah, I missed those trio as well, and it was a couple days ago. Actually, a person, by the name Blastina, thank you if you're listening, invited me to a Landorus raid, and since I had a remote raid pass, I joined in. Sorry, I have hiccups. I caught myself my very first Landorus, one and only, so I'm very happy about that. Here's hoping I can get a Tornadus raid.
So, speaking of that, actually, if I see one, I'll definitely invite you. Don't forget. When is Wednesday? Hold on. Is Wednesday the 11th? Okay, so Wednesday, don't forget there's a raid hour from 6 to 7 p.m. your time. So, you can. I'll try to invite you to some of those. If you're on, I'll let you know ahead of time.
Yes.
But that's actually a thing. You said Blastina is added you on Pokemon Go. How many of your like subs or people that typically attend your streams do you have as friends on your Pokemon Go?
It's only Blastina for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Blastina offered to invite me to other legendary raids, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Blastina, man, is a high level, and it's like, Blastina's somewhere in the level 40s. I'm still level 40. I haven't gone to 41.
I actually just reached 41 this past weekend. Whoa. Or actually yesterday, so it was exciting to do that, but there's nothing really special about leveling up since you can get all the Pokemon to level 50 once you reach level 40 with the XL candies, so it doesn't, it's not, too necessary. It's just like something else to reach a goal towards. But you do get special challenges here and there, like, to level up and get items and experience, so that is nice. But
okay. One
thing I will let everyone to know in here, what I'll do is in the YouTube comments, so I'm sorry for anyone who may be listening somewhere else besides YouTube. I'm going to put my friend code down there, so if anyone would like to add me, you're more than welcome to. So if I see any friend requests, I will accept them, and I will try to maybe add you to raids. I don't know, again, what everyone's status is to be invited to raids, if you just, play to catch or how you handle that, so.
May I send you a friend request?
Urge, we are already best friends in Pokemon Go. Calm down.
Oh. Yeah, we are. All right, well, next in the news. Holy cow. Professor Willow is becoming a Pokemon card? What? What is happening? So, the official TCG, Pokemon TCG, this is incredible, actually. So finally, Professor Willow is, for those who may not know, is the professor guy, Pokemon professor of Pokemon Go. Each Pokemon generation mainline game has its own professor. Then they did not reveal what the card will be, what it look like, what it's gonna do. But this is in celebration of Pokemon Go's 5th anniversary. It will be revealed in late May. So, What do you think the card will do?
I mean, I honestly think it's going to probably. In all honesty, I would think it would have to do something with like research. Like it's going to allow you to like search through your. It's going to do something like search through your deck or something. Because again, Professor Willow always gives us research in Pokemon Go.
That's true. Ha.
So it would be like, do some research, search for something, or they're going to have maybe a combination card with it that can go well with it. Maybe they'll have Meltan where you can search out a Meltan and summon it to the field immediately.
Huh. I think, well, okay, so I remember Professor Juniper and with the old Professor Oak card base set, you discard your hand and draw 7 cards. I think Professor Sycamore does that too. Professor Elm, well, it was a little bit different, but it still involved drawing more cards.
Well, I remember Bill did the same thing. Yeah, like Bill.
Bill? Oh, yeah.
He was draw 2 cards in the original TCG.
It's not good though. Oh well, okay. It kind of, yeah. I mean, it kind of is if you want to burn through cards. But so I remember, what was it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? The set of cards. It was Professor Oak's Theory, which was you shuffled your whole hand into your deck and drew 4 cards. I remember Professor Birch, because of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, used I think you shuffled your whole hand into your deck, but you flip a coin. Either you draw 4 or draw 7. Maybe it was 4, maybe less. It was a gamble. But so typically Professor cards, you either discard or shuffle your cards in your deck, but the point is to refresh your hand, no matter what. Now, yeah, Professor Willow, I don't, well, because you mentioned quests, I hope it's not a support card to search your deck for any support card. Maybe, well, I guess it could be, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it could also be something to summon mythical Pokemon, since he loves to give us mythical Pokemon in the research.
I guess. I don't see that being viable.
I mean, I'm just trying to go off what he's currently does in the Pokemon Go game. They could do something right out of left field and do nothing even close to that.
That's true.
The one thing I would say about this event that's a little bit downer for me is that it has nothing to do with Pokemon Go. They said it was a collaboration between the TCG and Pokemon Go, yet it doesn't look like there's anything that happens in Pokemon Go. It's really just one way.
Yeah.
And I actually thought what would be a great idea, and actually a fact. You know how in the packs they give away the codes for the online TCG?
Yes.
Why not put codes in those packs for items in Pokemon Go? Like you get an incubator, you get an incense. Because you have to think about it. They won't lose money technically, because if I buy one pack, that's like $2-3. And if I get like an incubator out of it, that's not even that's more than $2 or $3. So that's what I thought they would do with it. But I'm not the Pokemon company to really just make those decisions.
You should be. I see. It's pretty cool. I like that. I think it's going to be a support card where you could turn any of your bench Pokemon into candy because you transfer them.
Oh, that's actually a great idea. I would have never thought of that.
Well,
now, Urge, are you going to buy any Pokemon cards to try to get this card?
No, I don't think it's going to be I think it's just going to be a promo card, not found in booster packs. I don't know how they're going to distribute it.
I thought they were going to do it in booster packs.
Well, we don't know, but I personally think it's going to be a promo card.
Well, I guess we will. Only time will tell. So
yeah, I just hope it's full art of Professor Willow. That'd be cool.
I would love to see it as a rainbow like rare, as they've done with some of the newer cards as well.
We'll see. Anyway, moving on. Next piece of news. Still talking about Pokemon Go. The Nosepass Event. Now shiny.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
gold. It I like it. It's looks cool.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Nosepass in general, or even Probopass. I think a Pokemon that grows a mustache when it evolves is just a little weird.
But that nose though. that big nose.
I mean, what I'm primarily excited about is some of the Pokemon that are going to be in this event, because if you actually look at it, like the majority of actually every single Pokemon that they list except for Drillbur, when they say and more, all has a shiny already in the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be a big event for shiny Pokemon. Um,
Oh yeah.
Which, and that's one thing that's discouraged me from playing Pokemon Go in some cases, is that some of the Pokemon that aren't shiny, I'm like, why do I want to click on trying to catch it if it's not like a Pokemon I need? So
Yeah. I really wish shinies would spawn in the overworld. That you can see that it's shiny, like in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So you don't have to spend time clicking to check. But
the
wow.
only thing I would hate about that is like when we've done community days before and there's Pokemon stacked upon Pokemon,
Nah.
you would see it shiny and you're trying to click on it, but you're clicking on the wrong Pokemon and it disappears and you would just lose all motivation. I would be so sad.
I mean, that could be the same thing even right now without shinies being the overworld. You don't know if that despawned Pokemon was a shiny. At least I would rather know. Well, okay, well, that would be
I'd
all the more
rather not know.
heartbreaking. True.
But no, I mean, since they showed it off, I'm really surprised even Sword and Shield did not have the shinies in the overworld. I mean, it clearly
Yeah.
the technology is there to do it. So I don't know. My only thought behind it is because Sword and Shield was already being developed at the same time as Let's Go, that it wasn't in the game. Like they were waiting to see fan feedback from it, which I don't know why that wouldn't be positively received. So maybe for future games, maybe even like the Diamond or Pearl remakes, they'll have the shinies in the overworld. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
I don't believe that was the reason behind Sword and Shield lacking the shinies in the overworld. I personally think they did it on purpose. Game Freak does this. They implement these little things in the past games, but then they don't bring it back. I don't know why. Like for example, Pokemon following you in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Well, it took them a while for them to bring it back in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And yet they don't have it in the base game of Sword and Shield, but the DLC though. So it's like Game Freak, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they know their games sell, regardless of what controversies happen in these Pokemon games. It will always sell. They can get away with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, even with like the Diamond and Pearl remakes when they first got announced, like it's really hilarious because you'll see memes on the Pokemon subreddit, and they'll be like, if they don't announce Diamond and Pearl remakes, I'm gonna be real mad. And then they announce it's like it's not what I expected it to be. I'm real mad.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So, before we move on to the next piece of news, so the Nosepass event. So what? There's going to be quests to do as well. To find Nosepass. This reminds me of the Lotad event, and didn't the cast form event do that too? We had to do research tasks to find shiny cast form.
Yep, it was like Pokestops. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there was also Feedbass and Clamperl that they did that for as well.
Yes.
But Feedbass was the first one they ever did, and it was a disaster.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
But Clamperl was pretty good, and then the Lotad was okay, but I wasn't too excited about it.
Yeah, me either. I think I only found one shiny Lotad. Maybe it was two, but
yeah, I got one as well.
Oh.
What made Clamperl exciting was it was like basically a brand new Pokemon when they released that.
Yeah, that was true. I'm very surprised. It's not often Pokemon Go releases a new Pokemon and yet also has their shiny in it. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why they like. How many months has it been? It's been, I think we got Gen 6 in November or December, and I mean it's been 3 months and we only have like 20 of them, and Noivern's impossible to get anyways. So.
Yeah.
Because if you did not know, Urge, to get Noivern, it requires 400 candies.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry to be a Debbie Downer there, but it was just like when I caught it and I saw it, was like, oh, I'm never gonna get a Noivern. I'm up to 300 candies though, because I keep spilling my rare candies into it.
Clever. I do the same. All right, well, moving on to the next piece of news. Pokemon Masters EX, the Yell and Dream event has started. So, for those who don't know, the Yell and Dream event, now this is interesting. This revolves around Marnie with her Morpeko and Gloria with Zacian. So, last week we spoke about how Champion Leon is in the game, Pokemon Masters EX, and he has his signature Pokemon, Charizard, who does not Gigantamax, oddly enough. But Marnie and her Morpeko is also in the game. And Gloria has returned with her Zacian. And they both have their own event quest line. Well, okay, it's not much of a quest line, but basically they come up with their own shop. So they have their own in-game currency. You need to farm these tickets by battling the same trainer over and over. It's grinding, right? I just use skip tickets. I spend all my stamina on skip tickets to grind those the currency, and then head over to the event shop. And there's some tokens to be had. Striker token, well, one anyway. Some I snagged me some silver power up, and well, the 4-star power-ups, 3-star I'm still working on 3-star power-ups. So that's all I really care about is the 4-star and 3-star power-ups. I don't really go for like the skill sphere or the co-op sync orbs. I have so many co-op sync orbs. I need to convert some of those. Although like a lot of my Pokemon, I don't have 3 copy. I don't have it's not merged 3 out of 5. A lot of them are just 1 out of 5. I only have a single copy, so but once I finish this event, I mean, there's only like 2 story chapters. After that, I'm going back to the champion time with Champion Leon to finish getting the rest of his free stuff. And anyway, so no, I am still saving up my gems for Diantha and Gardevoir. Now, Champion Iris with her Hydreigon is also coming in March. Although I'm still gonna skip on that because I want a 5 out of 5 Gardevoir. Here's hoping. Cross my fingers. All right.
But it's Hydreigon, Urge. That's my second favorite Pokemon.
Oh. Moving on. Smash Bros. Online Tournament. Pokemon. So, tournament themed. You can only use fighters in the Smash Bros. Roster. Pokemon. Fighters. So this is from March 5th to 7th. Now, once this video or this podcast goes up, it'll already be over. But I just want to mention out there that this is a thing. That's cool. This is in celebrating the Pokemon 25th anniversary. That's awesome. And you also get Pokemon Spirits. That's also awesome. Okay, so now I don't typically use Pokemon. I don't typically pick any Pokemon when it comes to Smash Bros. I already have my main fighters and the other fighters I like to use and such. None of them are really Pokemon. Now, Mewtwo is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but man, I am terrible with Mewtwo. So Psychopath, I have a question for you. Which is your favorite Pokemon to use when in the Smash Bros. Roster?
Greninja, hands down.
Really?
And I know all of the Greninja fans that go and watch your streams are going to be like, yes.
Well, okay, then. I did not expect that answer from you. Huh.
I'm a person, like when we've played before, like I'm a Samus person, Zero Suit Samus. I'm a person who loves quick characters. Absolutely love quick characters. So that's why Greninja, works so well for me.
Okay. Do you have a favorite Pokemon that comes out of the Pokeball item in Smash?
Unfortunately, no, because Gengar's not in any of them. But yeah, I wouldn't say I have a favorite one. Do you have a favorite one then?
Yes, Gardevoir. End of story.
I don't even know why I asked.
All right, moving on. Pokemon Sword and Shield. The Gigantamax Pikachu raid event is finally over. So, as a reward for the amount of Pikachus we've defeated, Everyone can claim 87 Armorite ores and 87 Dynite ores by going to the mystery gift, then go to receive via internet. You can only claim these two things until March 14th, so get them now. Actually, I need to get them too.
I did. I actually didn't even know that we completed the challenge.
Well, yeah. So dang, 87 Armorite and 87 Dynite. I'm glad I'm getting more Dynite ore because I still want more ability patches to give my other Pokemon hidden abilities. And the 87 Armorite ore, I suppose I can convert that to Watts. I don't really. Yeah, I could just convert it to Watts. What would you do with? Huh?
Did you ever finish the dojo thing?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay, I never heard if you got enough Watts for that or not. So.
I did. But you can never have too many Watts, especially purchasing TRs from those guys at the wild area, those vendors, just in case.
And I also use my Watts to buy luxury balls when I run out of money and then sell them.
Oh yeah, me too.
But I mean, what I'm going to use my rewards with is probably again get Watts and then ultimately use that Dynite ore for candies, because I keep buying candies because I keep leveling up Pokemon. So
you know what? Yeah, I actually should probably do the same. I dang. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, I think I'll spend mine on experience candies as well.
I was going to say, everyone in the comments of YouTube should put what Urge should spend it on, ability patches or XP candy, and that's what Urge has to buy it with.
Oh no, everyone's going to say, spend it on Beast Balls.
That wasn't an option. You have to get, it's either that one or that one, not Beast Balls. Even though I don't know, Beast Balls are cool. Like, I think they're one of the coolest designs of Pokeballs, but like, they're not that great in my opinion.
They look cool, though.
I mean, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I suppose in Dynamax Adventure, it's guaranteed catch, so you can definitely use a Beast Ball on a cool Pokemon you want in a Beast Ball.
Not for me. When we do raids, Urge, the Pokemon always seems to run away when we beat the Legendary. What are you talking about?
Oh, so that's because you kept them. You kept the Legendary. I'm still trying to find shiny Legendaries, although I haven't done Dynamax Adventure in a very long time. I don't know when's the next time I'll do that. It's just a lot going on with me. All right. So that is it for the news segment of Pokemon. So I want to talk about the Urge2Quiz Pokemon Edition. Okay. Now, for those who may not know, I've started my own game show last week, or 2 weeks ago. I mean, depending how you look at it, or when this video goes up, really, or this podcast. So, now it's a quiz show, a game show with prize money, and it involves random questions between Pokemon Red and Blue and Sword and Shield, plus DLC. It only the mainline Pokemon games, not any of those spin-off games. Unfortunately, not Pokemon Go. Maybe I should do Pokemon Go edition? Huh. I don't know. I suppose anything's possible, really. That's why it's called Pokemon Edition, in case I branch out to other editions, like Mario Edition, for example. I don't know what kind of questions I would come up with. But, so, episode 2 is already up. It went up last Saturday. Feel free to check it out on my YouTube page, Urge2Game. Go ahead and you can search that. But so I want to talk about, dang, the questions. So putting that video together. Now, that episode 2 so far is my favorite. I love episode 1, don't get me wrong, but episode 2 is awesome. It's my favorite.
No, I even agree. Like, watching, because I have no problem watching myself, but just like the cringe of when you miss something versus watching someone else, it's just so much more enjoyable.
Yes.
I still suck. I could not name any of the Pokemon cries that you did in that.
Yeah. So in episode 2, yeah. episode 1 was both episode 1 and 2. People had a hard time answering Pokemon cries. I'm gonna change the rules next. Episode 3. I feel like round 2. So round 2 is the hardest round for the most part. What I've noticed, especially because there's no multiple choice. Round 1 is multiple choice. Round 3 is who's that Pokemon, which there's always at least one person that knows. There's always someone that knows. But round 2 is audio-based questions, Pokemon cries, and music themes. The rules are kind of... All right, I'm going to just have one question to answer, and it's just what's that Pokemon cry? What's that music theme for 1 point? There's no bonus point. It's just going to be 1 point each. But I'm thinking maybe I should put a hint on the bottom of the screen saying, hey, this Pokemon cry, this Pokemon debuted in Sun and Moon kind of thing.
Or you could probably... What about even putting the game, what game like version it's from? Like you could say this is from a Gen 7, this is from Gen 3 or something like that.
Well, right. That's why I'm going to debuted in Sun and Moon kind of thing.
Okay,
like what version it debuted in. I don't really want to put the gen number. I don't, just in case, like, I don't know, some people might get confused. I'd rather just put in the version it debuted in. I think that would be a nice hint. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Either that or put in the type of Pokemon it is, or at least one of the typings.
I noticed pretty much everyone, even like when I had it, everyone was pretty close to guessing what the type was. Like, spoiler alert, this is not going to be for episode 2. If you have not watched episode 1 by now, there was a time to where we were all guessing, like we could tell it was a steel type, we could tell it was a bug type, but we could not tell what Pokemon it was specifically. A type could be a thing, but some of the cries do sound pretty, except for normal types, I would say, they pretty much sound, you can tell kind of what they sound like.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to put a hint on what version it debuted in. We'll see how it goes.
As long as we get it all perfect for episode 5.
I know, right? I want to iron out the rules. Anyway, so another problem I was having in that game show is the item. No one used the held items, both episode 1 and 2. Now, episode 2, let's put in reverse here. Let's go back. So the way I record these game shows is on a Discord voice chat, and I do a screen share. I have a PowerPoint presentation ready to go showing the contestants what you see on the video, right? Like the question and the silhouette of the Pokemon. That's what they see as well. So, and that's when they buzz in. That's why when they buzz in, it's Discord messaging. But after each round, I show a slide of its own, reminding the contestants, "Hey, you have a held item." Now, I didn't do that for episode 1. I learned my lesson. So in episode 2, I have slides to show that. But still, people did not use their held item. So I want to change that held item to something else. Maybe. So I was talking about this on today's stream. I live stream, by the way, on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at Urge2Game. And I was asking the people that are watching, hey, what if the held item, what if you can use that before you answer as a safety net? It's like think of it this way, placing down a safety net, then you can answer your question. If it's wrong, then hey, you get a second chance. If you get it right the first time, cool, but you used up your item, so that's it. So one-time use. Obviously, I don't want you to use it every question because that would be ridiculous. So OP. So
I would actually say maybe the held item. So I like how the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You could maybe use the held item, even though this could also benefit the other contestants in a sense, to where they get like an additional hint on something. Like, as you said,
True.
With the Pokemon cries, you're already going to give them the game that it debuted, but you maybe could give them a hint. This is the type. that the Pokemon is, as you said.
That
Or
is
even with
true.
like the A, B, C, D, and E, you could say you'll take away, you'll tell them one of the answers that it's not, something like that, or maybe take away
Oh,
two.
yeah.
The only
Cross
thing
one
again,
out.
however, the only thing, however, is that again, if they use their item early, that it may also end up benefiting if they get it wrong still, something
Of
like that.
course.
But again, it's still a way for them. I think people would 100% use that as a bonus. Now, the only one I don't think they'll ever use it on is the silhouettes, because every time I
Everyone
watch
knows.
that, I just see everyone buzzing on those, and that's just great.
It is. Round 3 is the easiest. Yeah, okay. I like that idea, giving a hint. Yeah.
But then you would also have to, like, with the ABC, like the multiple choice, that one's really easy to know which one you'll cross out. Like you can pretend that like ahead of time. But again, but the other thing you also have to decide is that if one trainer or one contestant uses their item, no other trainer can use that item during that time. Like they can't get another hit, basically. Or do you want to allow that? That's what I'm just saying. Like you would have to decide that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. That would
If
be...
you try to decide to go that route, of course.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, thank you though. That's a good idea. Hints. Okay.
I got to give myself a 1-up when you ever bring me back on. Duh.
Oh my gosh. So, some of the questions on episode 2 was, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, what is the accuracy of Hypnosis? Now, the funny story about this, I already knew Hypnosis had an accuracy change. So, this was a perfect time to do like a trick question. Now, back in Diamond and Pearl days, I would battle some friends of mine online. A lot of times we would do double battles, and I would use 2 Gengars spamming Hypnosis, and a lot of times it would work. That would anger my friends, and I was like, "Hey, I'm winning!" And then I would do like Nightmare and Dream Eater and all these shenanigans, Confuse Ray. It was just funny, like But yeah, so when I found out they nerfed Hypnosis to 60, well, the thing is, before Diamond and Pearl, it was 60. Then they upped it to 70. Then they lowered it back down to 60. And so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna ask this question as a trick question. I made sure the first question of episode 2 was, what's the accuracy of Hypnosis in Sword and Shield? So the bonus question, after going through round 1 and round 2, the bonus question, which is, in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, what is the accuracy of Hypnosis? I wonder if people would just be like, didn't you ask that question already? I wonder, in my head, but like in my thought process about coming up with these questions, I was thinking that there would be at least one contestant asking, didn't you say that already? And I already thought about an answer. I didn't want to lie and say yes, because it's not the same question. Figured I'd keep silent about it.
No, that was my favorite, to throw them off. That was just absolutely great.
Yeah, and it turns out the first 2 contestants got it wrong. Yes. So it did its job. But so the next question, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, when using a Fire Emblem Z Crystal, what is the Z move called? I don't have
I thought it was a Farium.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Farium, sorry. Yeah, the Farium Z Crystal. I don't have any of those Z moves memorized. Back in the Sun and Moon days, I didn't do many online matches. I rarely use Z Crystals, so those names didn't really... I don't have any of those memorized, really, except if it's from the anime. Huh?
No, I would have gotten that wrong completely. I would have been like, I'm going to let everyone else answer.
Now, with the Farium Z Crystal question, that one, I remember... So it's called Twinkle Tackle. I remember I was so disappointed in that animation on Sun and Moon. It's literally just moving the 3D model, and it looks so cheap, dude. It looks so cheap. Now, my favorite Pokemon's Gardevoir, so I would either use the what was it, Psychium Z Crystal or the Ferium Z Crystal. And I remember how disappointed I was in that animation. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but this Psychium Z Crystal looks way cooler. Anyway, so, yeah, I thought that was a really good question to ask. So these episodes, I want to come up with different kinds of questions. So because I asked this, what's the Ferium Z Crystal called? The Z move. I don't really want to ask another Z Crystal name again for a while. I want to show the audience the kind of questions I come up with for the first couple episodes. So the next question was, what Pokemon evolves at 32? Level 32. Yeah. This was interesting because this happened during a live stream. I forgot what I was streaming. I don't know if it was Mario Maker or Pokemon. But I was asked, so people in watching were asking me, hey, can you ask some Pokemon questions? I'm like, yeah. So this was before episode 1. This is before I even started making the game show. I just love the concept of asking questions because I knew a lot about Pokemon. And so what was it? I remember there was a Pokemon, a starter Pokemon, out of all the starter Pokemon. I remember there was I don't know if there was 1 or 2 that did not evolve at level 36. I didn't remember who. But I asked the question anyway to the audience. Because while I was playing, I forgot, again, I don't know what I was playing, but it just come into my mind. So they want a question. Okay, so who doesn't evolve at 36? Because I didn't know. And then when people were answering, Bulbasaur, well, Ivysaur. I'm like, wait, what? Really? I could have sworn it. What? I thought it was like Gen something. I don't know. I didn't think it was Gen 1. Then sure enough, I looked up on Cerebi. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What the?
That's what makes him the best starter to pick in Gen 1.
What the? Really?
And then additionally, what's even crazier is, like, don't forget Gen 2 really mixed things up because they switched around the Evos. Like, Cyndaquil evolves at level 14, I think. And then it evolves at like level 36 or 38 to Typhlosion. And then like Totodile isn't until level 18. And then that evolves at like level 32. So they really kind of like flipped the levels in that game.
Ah, dang. Well then. So for the multiple choice of that, what Pokemon evolves at 32, I looked on the wiki page. Funny enough, there's a wiki page that shows in the order of Pokemon that evolve. So I purposely grabbed Pokemon that evolved at level 31 and 33. So the next question was, what Pokemon version has challenge mode? And I thought this was the easiest one to answer, which it was. Giranite got it, like immediately buzzed in. He buzzed in so quick. You can even hear the reaction of the other contestants saying like, dang, or something like that. Yeah, challenge mode, dude. I want challenge mode to come back. Come on, Game Freak. Do you like challenge mode?
I've actually never done the challenge mode.
It's I played a little bit of it back then. Well, I hate how you even have to unlock it. To unlock challenge mode, you had to have beaten Black 2. There. And then you have to connect it to another cartridge, right? You need 2 DSs. And because you beat it in Black 2, you can somehow connect it to another Nintendo DS with either Black 2 or Y2 to unlock challenge mode on both of those games. It's like, what? Are you telling me I can't do like a new game plus to start over on a challenge mode on the same cartridge I unlocked the game? No, you cannot. That really irked me. Anyway, I unlocked challenge mode on White 2, but I played a little bit of it, and it was cool how the Pokemon were a bit higher level. They knew some moves earlier, so it was definitely a harder mode. But I forgot why I stopped playing. I think it was a new game that came out. I don't know. I don't remember. But I never got to finish it. But dang, I want that game to come back. It's weird. It doesn't make sense why they don't bring it back because, look, Pokemon 25th anniversary, dang, that's a long time. Not only there's new kids being introduced to Pokemon, but there's also veterans out there that have been around for that long, 25 years. And it's just, I understand it must be hard for the game company to put out a Pokemon game that satisfies everyone, the whole audience, that the broad range. But I mean, why don't they just include a hard mode? Like, bring back challenge mode. What? For us veterans.
Well, I think again, I mean, if you even look at Gen 8 was a fairly easy game compared to the, I mean, it feels like they're dumbing it down. Like they're the one thing that I did not like about Gen 8, if I would have to say, is it was an extremely linear game. Like there wasn't any branching path. I mean, there was some branching paths, but pretty much, you went here, you went there. Like it was, that was the one things that I absolutely loved about the DLC is it was very, you could do your own thing. I can go catch all the Pokemon. I can, progress the, the side story. I can, there was so much to actually do in it. And the hand holding, I think, is a lot for the newer generation. They know that the veterans, as you stated before, will buy the game anyways. And they're just trying to appease to the newer generation. But again, when this newer generation gets older, what are they going to be the same way? I want a more challenging game. Where is this, this mode?
Yeah. Oh yeah. On one thing though, I wonder if Game Freak was thinking if they give the player a choice between normal and hard mode. I wonder if they're concerned that newcomers will choose hard, thinking, "Oh, I can beat this," but then it becomes too hard for them because they're still new to the game and they'll be turned off and give the Pokemon games a bad name. So I wonder if, even if they do bring back challenge mode, I bet you it will be unlocked. I bet you would need to unlock it by beating the game already on normal mode. That would not surprise me.
I like what I would like with that, like the challenge mode is like maybe that the EXP share, you don't get an EXP share in like Sword and Shield. So like something like that. Like I think it would make it,
I mean, that's an item you could just turn off though, isn't it?
Not in Gen 8. Nope, it's a static item.
What?
Yeah.
I never complained about XP share. I know a lot of people complain about it when they introduced in X and Y. Well, okay, so XP share has been around the whole time, even Red and Blue, but X and Y is when it was just applied to everyone. Yeah, and it really helped level up the Pokemon. And honestly, let's be real here.
Well,
I don't want to grind.
No, I agree. No, I totally agree with that. Like going through the story, it's annoying because again, if you're grinding, you're not able to really progress. You're just sitting there and you're battling the same Pokemon over and over again. That's not the problem. But like with the challenge mode, maybe they turn that off and that you have to go through that. Maybe all the Pokemon are higher level. Something just to give it a little bit more challenge for the veterans after beating the game the first time.
Yes, of course. I'm all for that. We'll see if they ever go that route. So,
well, that's what Legends of Arceus is going to be all about. Urge, come on.
I know, right? Well, that whole open world, let's just hope they actually fill it in with stuff. So,
cross your fingers.
I know, right? So, now that next question, the fifth question of round one was what is Teddiursa's hidden ability? And I wanted to make sure I choose a Pokemon that isn't. It's not. I mean, I'm sure veterans know it exists. That Teddiursa exists, right? But Teddiursa isn't exactly commonly in the limelight. I feel like it's one of those not forgettable Pokemon, but I don't know, just that kind of Pokemon that people just don't think about. I didn't want to ask what's Pikachu's hidden ability, because Pikachu's the mascot. There's a better chance of the average player to possibly know Pikachu's hidden ability compared to a random Pokemon like Teddiursa. So I want to make sure I pick that. And oddly, funny enough, the first two people got it wrong.
Yeah, I would say Teddiursa was a great choice because he's also not even in Gen 8.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Also, what's funny is, so Teddiursa's hidden ability, it changes when it evolves to Ursaring. So that's cool. Now, for round two, the audio, man. You know what? Let's just skip the audio. Yeah, for the audio, I'm just gonna put from episode 3. I'm gonna put a hint of what version it debuts in, so that should make things a bit easier. Oh, yeah. Okay, so skipping the bonus question now for round 3. Now, I knew some of these people, some of these contestants, they know their stuff. I saw what was it? Some of the during the premiere of episode 1, there were some people that answered quickly the correct answer before I revealed the answer in the video. So that, and they wanted to participate. So I wanted to make these questions pretty hard. But when it comes to round 3, who's that Pokemon? Look, even I'm pretty sure, I'm confident I can guess who's that Pokemon out of the 800 plus. Are we I think we're over 870. How many are there? 874, I think. Something like
that. Total Pokemon, there's 898.
Really? What? Mm-hmm. In the National Pokedex?
Yep.
What? Huh.
Calyrex is the last one.
Really? I could have sworn it was 800. Oh, maybe I was thinking about base game, Sword and Shield. No, even then, that's all right. Anyway, so it's almost 900 Pokemon. I'm pretty confident I can get that right. Any silhouette of a Pokemon, with the exclusion of Voltorb and Electrode. Yeah, that's just the 50-50 chance.
Well, I don't know. When you did you could have done when you did the first episode, you could have done it how they did in the original Pokemon series when they did Jigglypuff from above, where it was just a ball.
Yeah. So another thing about that, episode 1, I used 3D models, but those were from Sun and Moon. So I didn't have Gen 8 Pokemon, but also those 3D models. A lot of those 3D models, they are buggy. A lot of the Pokemon's limbs are not attached. They don't animate well. Sometimes their eyes are outside of their sockets, or their pupils are outside. That would look really weird. So I didn't want to put a silhouette of a Pokemon that's not put together, you know?
Yeah.
So it was very limited. I just don't want to be in that spot where I'm limited on choices. So I had to go with the episode 2 silhouettes, which are the sprites. There's this Spanish website, I forgot what the name is, that has the sprites of all the Pokemon from Sword and Shield. Especially Gigantamax and the shiny variants of them, and the back sprites of the Pokemon. So episode 3, I'm definitely going to put in a back sprite of 1 or 2 Pokemon. That's for sure. To change things up. But episode 2, I put in Duosion and Swirlix because they're really, it's like combination of circles. I wanted to find some tough ones, but I mean they still guessed it right. But that's the thing. These are pretty easy. In order to make round 3 challenging, I would need 3D models and position them in a different perspective.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, if anyone has 3D models of the Sword and Shield Pokemon, let me know. I definitely want to get those so I can rotate them and position them.
Some of the some other streamers I see sometimes on Twitch, like when they're doing shiny hunts, they'll have the shiny version, like, you know, sitting in the corner, like this is who I'm hunting. So they're available somewhere. I just don't know where they grab them from.
I've seen those too, but those look like the same sprites from the same website I spoke about. They're all facing the same direction, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that website does have the shiny of all the Pokemon too, even shiny Gigantamax. Which is really cool. And so when I download those sprites, I go into Photoshop and I literally paintbrush over every frame of that GIF. And then export it, which is easy. I just do a shortcut command to select the whole thing, and then a big paintbrush bigger than the sprite itself, just one click, and it just colors everything. And I just do that.
I have to say 100%. The Gmax Cinder Ace. I was like, this is not a Pokemon. This is a Legend of Zelda boss. There's no way. And I can't remember who guessed it right, but I don't know how they knew that. Like, I've never summoned Gmax Cinderace.
I have.
So it was just like so weird.
When Isle of Armor came out, that's when I was breeding good IVs of the Galarian starters with their hidden ability, because I wanted to feed them the max soup.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at the time I was streaming a lot of Pokemon Isle of Armor. It was really cool, and I just would use those Gmax Pokemon for like the whole stream on that day, and then switch it up the next time I stream to a different Gmax. One of the new Gmax forms, Gigantamax. But yeah, I figured that'd be easy, because Cinderace, I mean, it's standing on a ball. If you've ever seen what Gmax Cinderace looks like, to me it seemed like it was easy. And hey, Blastina guessed it right, so right away.
Well, one of the things I would also maybe that I'm actually remembering from that one episode that I talked to you about with like the Jigglypuff from above is they did really up close versions of a Pokemon. Like they did a specific part of a Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
So you could also try as that to maybe add a little bit more of a challenge, so you can mix it up a bit, similar to how you do the music. And so that would be another option. Of course, please make it in color. Don't make it all in the black silhouette, because I don't think anyone will get
right. right. Of course. That is brilliant. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. Thank you. Oh.
Don't thank me. Thank the Pokemon series. That's who came up with it.
Thank you, Pokemon series guy. All right.
I know everyone who's going to do episode 3 is going to be like, psychopath, quit giving him ideas.
So, after round 3 on episode 2, I was surprised that there was a tie. Blastina and Incarnate really, really nailed it. As expected, because they were those two, they were the ones that answered the questions immediately on episode 1 during the premiere. And they wanted to be on the show, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's see how it goes for these two guys who really know their stuff. And dang. Huh?
Didn't the first episode also have a tiebreaker as well?
No.
I thought it did.
No.
You
won, though.
Well, I know that, but...
Anyway, so when it came to a tiebreaker, wow. Now, the funny thing is, I came prepared for my PowerPoint presentation. So after that Gmax Cinderace, the next page was sudden death. In case this were to happen, I already had that set up, a question set up for that. And this time I use Google. I used an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of the points. That definitely helped. And when I saw it was a tie, I was thinking, no, this has to be wrong. It can't be a tie. It can't be. I looked over each, because I made sure to put the points in correctly when they answered. I'm like, yeah, it's a tie. Wow. So I was hoping this day would come, because I already knew how in the video it would start off with. Now you saw the no, like a Pokemon battle. You know how it covers your screen in black, like in the main games.
Yeah.
And so I wanted that. I looked on YouTube. There's like 3 different versions of that encounter animation. I was able to get all 3 of them. The one I used in episode 2 is my favorite. But anyway, so sudden death. I wanted to make sure it had to be from Smash Bros. And with the announcer voice, it had to be. It's come on. But because of the intensity of the situation, I didn't want to explain the rules. I mean, after all, it's sudden death. I don't need to really explain. So I love it. How that came out. And also with the particle effects, I use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit the videos. And dang, I love it. The particle effects. Also, then when I read the question, I wanted to make sure I read it fast, because this is an intense moment. I didn't want to sound casual. Like when I ask all the other questions. This is big. Now for the question in Pokemon Yellow, what was the first Pokemon the champion uses? I thought this was a great question because here's the thing. On my game show, you gotta make sure you gotta pay attention to what game version I'm talking about. Otherwise, you would assume it's the latest game, which is Sword and Shield as of this recording.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an epic moment. Granite did buzz in first, but he said Pidgeot. I knew there's a possibility. Pidgeot was used in Red and Blue, but in Pokemon Yellow, it was Sandslash. Now, I also put in Gyarados. I always put thought into these multiple choice answers. I put Gyarados because Lance uses his first Pokemon is Gyarados.
Yep.
So I figured that would throw people off. Now the fourth choice Raticate, that was kind of obviously no one in the Pokemon League in the Elite Four or Champion uses Eradicate. That was kind of a troll, that's kind of a nod to the whole Gary's Raticate creepypasta stuff. So I don't.
So now we're gonna just have to discuss creepypastas on here. I see.
I don't watch a whole lot of. I barely watch creepypasta stuff, but I know it exists out there. I've heard stories about the whole Gary's Raticate thing and that white hand. But anyway, so although I probably should have put him instead of Raticate, maybe it should have been Alakazam, or Rhydon, that the champion
that
also uses. Yeah, now that I think about it. Because Blasina didn't sound very sure. Actually, no, Blasina also thought it was Pidgeot, because I heard when Gear and I answered Pidgeot, Blasina shouted, saying, no! So, they were both on the same page. Dang, I really should have put in Alakazam or Rhydon. He also wasn't very sure of himself when he said Sandslash, but obviously it's not Eradicate, and it's not, well, no, actually.
Does he have a Gyarados?
He does have a Gyarados.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. But the thing is, again, you gotta pay attention to the question, how I word. I'm always careful with how I word the question to not confuse the player. So, anyway.
I can't wait till episode 3 comes out, though.
Yeah, I'm almost done coming up with questions. I just gotta find contestants. Actually, so there are some contestants. So there's new people that do want to join in, but I want to first ask some so there's other people that I originally asked for episode 1 that were all for doing it, but they couldn't make it. They had urgent things to do on the day of recording, so I had to find other people. So there's already a couple people that I will primarily ask. We'll see if they have the time to schedule an appointment with me. And that is the hardest part regarding finding contestants, is we all have to agree on a date and time. Usually, though, Sunday is the best time because it's a weekend, first of all, so kids are not in school. And typically, Sunday's the best chance of adults not working. Out of the whole day, usually it's a better chance. So Sunday's always the best time.
Well, I still think that there should be like a redemption round for all the losers. And I know this sounds so terrible, so I'm sorry, Lucario, since I know you said you wanted your revenge. But all the people who ended up getting 4th should all have a redemption to see who is the best out of those, and who's. Again, trying to get them together is going to be difficult as well, just like any other group. But I think that would be cool to see that, just like kind of like a losers bracket, to where they can come back and try to take on the champion or something like that.
I don't think I want to do that. I definitely want to bring them on in the future.
Yeah,
but
give them.
I don't want that to be the reason.
No, I get that, but just like Lucario wants revenge, and I would love to see her just like join another one and just go off. Get every single question.
But so episode 2, coming up with these difficult questions, I've definitely learned some things about this. Again, I'm changing the rules of round 2. I gotta iron out the rules of round 2. That's definitely the shakiest. I'm still refining how to go about that, but we'll see episode 3, as well as the held items.
Well, we've gone through some pretty good ideas for future episodes, I think.
Oh yeah. Also, some people have given suggestions on the live stream. Well, when I live stream, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, that's it for the Pokemon Urge2Quiz discussion. If you want to see episode 1 and 2, it's on my YouTube channel at Urge2Game. Feel free to take a look. Hey, if you want to be a contestant, then make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join the Urge2Game Discord server. I have a specific channel in the Urge2Game Discord server to self-assign a game show role. That way, if by any chance one of the contestants can't make it on the appointment, the scheduled date of recording, I need someone right away. So I would ping everyone that has the game show role, letting them know, hey, I need someone right away who wants to be on the quiz show to win this prize money. I sometimes wonder if maybe I should have Urge2Quiz Pokemon Spin-off Edition, questioning this like every other Pokemon game that's not the main line. That's kind of too much. I don't know.
I'm never gonna get any of those questions.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to use my item every single question.
I know.
I only get one item.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that either. All right. Well, anyway, moving on. So, last episode of the podcast, I asked a question of what is that Pokemon cry, which is... Now, the answer is Wooloo.
Wonderful.
Did you guess it right, Psychopath?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Wooloo is one of the very first Pokemon you encounter in Sword and Shield, so I feel like that was an easy one. But hey, it's episode 1, it's a warm-up. Cause now for this episode's Who's That Pokemon Cry is... What do you think it is?
I have no idea.
Okay. If you said the answer right, I would have censored it in post
No,
editing.
I'm gonna play it again just one more time.
All right.
I don't know. It sounds like an explosion.
Well, this Pokemon does kind of have an explosive personality. Anyway, I don't want to give hints on it. Anyway, so this will conclude today's Urge2Podcast episode 2. Thank you so much for listening. We would love to answer your Pokemon questions in the next episode. If you have any, email us at urge2podcast@gmail.com or leave a comment on our YouTube version of this episode. Stay safe. Goodbye.